It don't matter how long you've been trucking, at some point or another, you're rolling through a scale. That guy's gonna give you the over there and you're gonna get inspected. Well, I'm just gonna give you a couple of quick ones here on what they're actually looking for. They have a list of things that they want to go through, but they have priorities that they're looking for. So we're gonna give those to you, stay tuned. Okay, so you've rolled into a weigh station. You're legal, you know you're good, but for some reason your number's been picked. They're going like that. Go on over, he's gonna take a look at you. A couple quick things I'm gonna just let you know right up front that he's looking for. He's gonna be looking at your logbook. He's gonna be checking your hours of service. And now we're on e-logs. It's really easy for these guys. They're looking for red lines. They're gonna want to know that you have the capability to fax or email that statement or that page or your last 14 or 7 days of e-logs to them. And they're gonna quickly go through that. And then they're gonna do a quick little walk around on your truck. Now it all depends whether you're getting a level 1, 2, or 3, or they have level 4s here in Canada. I'm not sure about the States. Whatever level they're doing will determine the depth of inspection they're gonna do on you. But for the most part, they're looking for, I'm not gonna say big ticket items. They're looking for items that are glaring and that are dangerous, okay? The first thing that they obviously say is that they wanna go through the logbook. So once they've got the logbook out of the way, he's gonna ask you a couple of simple things. First, for some reason, I don't know, in the US, they always ask me, do you own the truck? I think that's a sympathy thing. If they think that you own the truck, they might be a little easier on you, because if they find anything, then obviously they know you're footing the bill for it. But what they usually do is again, they'll ask you to open the hood. Now I've got the hood latches off. We're just gonna quickly open the hood. And then he's gonna just basically start at one corner. And I always find that, because obviously you sit in the driver's seat. Most of the time, you know, you're not getting out wandering around while they're doing this. So we're gonna pop the hood here, and we're just gonna start here, and we're gonna quickly go around the truck. Now, I don't have a creeper board with me, and even though it's a beautiful sunny day, it's a little slushy and wet here. I'm not climbing under the truck to give you what they're looking at under there. But under there, they're looking primarily at any of your airlines. They wanna make sure nothing's rubbing, everything is secure, zip tied up, bolted in place. Nothing's rattling and moving around. They're looking for rubbing on all your airlines under the truck. They're also looking for any leaks. Now, a leak, like let's just say you've got a small oil leak, that's not an out of service. That's not a problem. They won't put you out of service and they won't write you up on it, but they're looking for it anyway, and they'll let you know if they find it. So let's just quickly open the hood. Take me a second. You'd think being made out of plastic, the damn thing would be light, but they're not always. So I'm gonna throw a pair of gloves on because I'm gonna be touching stuff here. So the first thing that they're gonna look at is right here. They're looking at your tire. Okay, they want to make sure that it is not worn down. They're looking at your tread depth. They're looking for wear on either side, groove patterns, anything goofy that could be going on with this tire is what they're looking for. Then they're going to just basically look around. They're checking all of these. These are all your lines for your brakes, your airlines, your hydraulic lines. Now, anything in here is of no substance to them. These are mechanical. They're not out of service. But what a major thing he is gonna do is he's gonna make you sit there, and he's gonna make you rock your steering wheel lightly, and he's looking at this. This is your steering column, or this is your brain fart. This is your steering pump, right? This is runs up to your column into your steering. This whole piece here, what he's gonna do is he's gonna check there's no play in this. They want almost zero play in this. So like I'm going like this. He's looking at these knuckles here and this knuckle here. And he's looking that when he's holding this and moving this, that there's no play in there, there's no movement. He's also doing that. And now that's really slight. Now, if you were in the truck right now, you'd see my steering wheel just slightly doing shim back and forth, back and forth. He's watching to see how much play, if there's any, at either end on this rod right here. This is, believe it or not, this is one of those items that probably almost every manufacturer at some point or another has had a recall on. And although we've not had any on the Freightliners, this is something he's looking at. So he's got the tire, he's got this. He's looking at your leaf springs, he's looking at your springs, he's looking at all your steering components, anything like that, anything that's broken, anything he can visually see that's busted, he's looking for. He's not looking for rust, he's not looking for anything like that. He's looking for defective parts. Anything that's gonna be a hazard, or something that if you need to push the brake pedal and you've got, a rub through airline and you don't have full capacity of your brakes, obviously that's a danger, and that's what he's looking for. These guys, I'm not gonna say these guys do a great job every time, but I do know that they do have a job to do. We can make their job a little easier by being patient, polite, don't be rude to them, or try your best. I've done both ways. In my day, I've got a little flippant with one of these guys, and I've sat there for hours unnecessarily. They do have the power to do that, so don't be flippant. Just give them what they need, do what they want, and you'll get in and out as fast as possible. So now we move down the truck. What's he looking for? He's looking at my mirrors. He wants to make sure that all of my mirrors work. And I don't mean electronically work. He doesn't give a rat's ass if I can push the little button inside and make that mirror work. He wants to make sure that the mirror is there, it's not broken, it's not hanging, everything is solid, everything is fine. So they're taking a quick look at that. And then he's running down the side of the truck. Now there's nothing on the side of this truck here that would be of any interest to him. But right now, as you can see on Bobtail, I don't have a trailer on here, but we're gonna pretend. Everybody use your imagination. And obviously I've got my Airlines. Well, ta-dum, he's running these Airlines. He's pulling these apart. He's gonna run each one. There's the electrical. This is for all your lights, right? Your signals, your markers, all your lights to your trailer. There's your brakes and there's your release. And he's gonna run them. Now me, I've got them wrapped, and they love to see this. See this wrap? It's not expensive, but this is great, okay? Let's just say you're driving and you've been hooked to the same trailer for, I don't know, a month. Say you own your trailer, you've never come off your own damn trailer. The vibration alone of just having these like this, the rubbing and the vibration alone will rub through. And that's what they're looking for on all Airlines. And that's not just these, it's all the Airlines on this entire truck. And they will follow one line and follow another line, and they're looking for anything rubbing. Chances are he's not gonna look too hard. Okay, this guy's nailing all the things that need to be nailed. Chances are everything else is in good shape. He'll take a quick look at it, but he won't go in depth in a lot of the stuff. I overcompensate on everything, right? I don't let tires get down to the legal limit. I change them before they get to the legal limit. Why push my luck, right? All it takes is one cranky DOT or MTO officer, and you're sitting on the side of the road. I'm not gonna argue 1/100th of a millimeter with a guy. So then we come down. We've got lights on the back of this. Now again, pretend there's a trailer, but he's gonna do a complete light test on your truck, and that includes everything he's gonna have you turn on all of your lights, every light on the truck, every light on the trailer. And then he's gonna stand at the front of your trailer or truck, and he's gonna give you the hand. Okay, turn your right signal on, turn your left signal on, turn your four-ways on. This is one of those areas that the guys play with, and I don't play with this. They've always said that as long as you're hooked to a trailer, they can't nail you for having any kind of issue with the lights down here, which in some states and provinces is true, but in some other states and some other provinces, it's not so true. And there's a gray area, and either they will write you up and you'll have to fight it, or me, make sure it all works, man. Why mess around with it, right? Make sure your lights are working on the trailer, make sure your lights are working on the truck. It doesn't matter if you're hooked to a trailer or not. Come on. So he's looking again on these. He's checking your tires, make sure there's no fuel leaking, making sure your mirror is good. Again, he's got oh, look at that. See, good thing we're checking, eh? Look at this. Now, don't get me wrong, that's not a D.O.T. out of service. It's just that I put washer fluid in my truck the other day and forgot to tie that up. How embarrassing that I found that while shooting a video, and all of you are gonna see it. I could really, I could beg Alana to leave that out, but I know she's not gonna. This is definitely staying in there. Yeah, all right, Alana. So, like I said, check the tire. He's checking the tire, he's checking your brakes, checking your lines. Again, anything to do with an airline, anything with air, he's gonna check. Depending on the level of inspection, he may get on a creeper board. He's gonna get on a creeper board, and if he goes under, he's gonna measure the stroke on your truck, on your brakes. Now, the good thing about a lot of the new trucks, for example, mine doesn't have it, but I know that ET's 2022s that we have coming in February, next month, they're all disc brakes. Beautiful. I know that a lot of trailers these days got disc brakes as well. That means that they can climb under there and measure the stroke all they want. There's no stroke to measure, right? The disc brakes are unmeasurable at a DOT or an MTO station. They can't measure them because they're disc brakes. There's nothing to measure. My truck doesn't have it. I'm still on the old style drums, so they can. They will climb under there. They get their little, their little ruler out. They get their little stick. They tell you to press the brakes. They're gonna measure your stroke. It has to be within such and such amount of inches. And as long as you're within those parameters, you're fine. If not, you've got an out of adjustment. It's called one of your brakes can be out of adjustment. If it's out of adjustment, you're not moving, you're parked. They sit you there until you can get a mobile guy out. It used to be back in the day, we used to adjust our own brakes. You know, you pull out the socket wrench. Nowadays, it's illegal. You're not allowed to adjust, unless you're certified. Like, I'm not certified to adjust brakes. I know, I think out east in Eastern Canada, when you go through the school and you take the course, if you pass the course, I think it's Newfoundland and Nova Scotia, if you pass the course, you automatically get your air brake adjustment certificate. We don't have that here, and I don't have it. So if one of my brakes is out of adjustment, I'm calling 1-800 come fix my crap, and somebody's coming out to fix it. I'm not certified and I'm not touching it, especially with the D.O.T guy or the MTO guy still sitting there. So he'll go under there, and again, while he's on a creeper board, he's measuring the stroke on all your brakes. He's checking your chambers. He's actually he'll have a flashlight. He'll be checking all your brake drums, okay? There's measurements, and they're looking for the thickness of the brake pads and everything that's in there, okay? If it's worn too thin within, and I don't know, shame on me, I should have probably looked this up. Hello? But I guarantee that one of you is gonna correct me anyway. But there is a certain level that once it bypasses a certain level, then that brake is out of adjustment. That pad is no good anymore. And that'll put you out of service as well. So they're looking basically for that. They're looking at your brakes, they're looking at your tires, they're looking at your lights, they're looking at your logbook, and most importantly, they're looking at you, okay? They're looking, are you tired? Are you under the influence? Are you slurring your words? Do you look healthy? And I don't mean like, do you look healthy like you're a big muscled up, no, do you look healthy? They're actually looking at this. Believe it or not, we don't even know, most guys don't know that when that officer is looking at you and talking to you, he's actually been trained to look at certain things, eye movements, and the way we talk to them. And they know whether we're they don't know 100% because I know that I've lied to one before and got away with it, but they've been trained to look for certain things, and that it's very important. They're looking for stuff like that about the driver, you know? I had an argument about a week ago with a guy. I was looking at his truck and it looked like a trash can. You open either of the doors and I mean, crap just fell out onto the floor. And I said, like, when you pull into a scale, do they bother you? And he goes, no, not really. But I've always been a believer that if I'm rolling into the scale and I've got paper and crap and garbage all over the dash and it just looks like a trash can, chances are they're gonna look at that and go, you know what, if that's how he treats that, I bet you he doesn't take care of the rest of his truck either. And you're more likely to get pulled in. Now, this is an argument that's gonna happen. I know right now that we're gonna get guys chirping in going, no, that's BS, that's not. But you know what? I believe that. And for that reason, you'll never find anything on my dash. I try to keep, I can't keep my truck spotless, obviously clean on the outside every time I know I'm going into a scale, but I can at least keep the windows, try to keep the windows clean and keep everything off my dash, or as little off my dash, whatever I don't need off my dash. Don't give them a reason. Don't give them a reason. Don't give them a reason to pull you in. If you're rolling up, and trust me, they're looking at you before you get to the scale house. They've already had one look at you before you're even on the ramp. Then they get another look at you while you're on the ramp. And then they look at you as you're crossing a scale. So they're getting 3 looks at you. So don't give them a reason. If the first look they go, oh, look at this nice, beautiful blue ET truck. Okay, next look they get, they go, okay, they take a picture of the plate, the information comes up. They know who I am before I cross the scale. They know they've got all that information. By the time you get to the scale house, they're gonna go, all right, truck looks good. Look at that, tires are in good shape, blah, 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 blah. Scale, weight, oh, 79,300, bang, 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 he's good. Carry on, sir. If you come rolling through and you look like you just came out of a garbage dump, I'm not saying garbage haulers if you come out of a garbage dump, but if your inside of your truck looks like you emptied a garbage can in the inside of your truck, chances are that they are going to be a little more likely to take a look at you and see what, other things. Because if you're going to treat the inside of your truck and you treat that like that, how do you treat the rest of your truck? That's just an argument that I've had that I thought I'd throw in there because now I know I'm gonna have another argument with somebody else. So those are just some quick ones. This is just a real easy, quick one. While you're on the road, you're gonna roll into a scale. It's gonna happen to you eventually. There's nothing you can do about it. It's not like you can roll in and the guy's gonna tell you to go over there and you can go, no, I don't think so. I'll just keep going if you don't mind. See you later. You got no choice. When they want you in, they want you in. So there you go. Front, back, underneath, dash. That's just about it. Unless they want to be real hardcore and get into some serious stuff, which a lot of the times they don't. They're just looking for bigger items. That's it. Anyway, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, give us a thumbs up. We'd appreciate it. We'll see you down the road.